Hey, Marlon here from marlonmcpherson.com, and in this video what I want to do is do my little review or an overview of Podflow. Podflow is an online tool that helps you repurpose your podcast content into micro content and give you promotional material that you can actually use on social media and in other places to promote your podcast. Now, as a podcaster, one of the biggest things is to do the post-production. Once you've recorded, not only do you want to edit your video, but you also need to promote it to get listenership, to get more people knowing about your podcast and coming through to your website and becoming a loyal fan. So I'm going to share with you what I've discovered in Podflow. I'm going to show you an actual real project that I've uploaded of one of my episodes and show you the results that I've gotten from that, and just give you my take on it to see whether or not it's actually ready for the limelight. So I'm going to jump into the content and show you exactly my take on Podflow. Okay, so here we are on the Podflow website, and I just want to give you a quick overview of what they are actually promising and then look at the pricing. Then we'll jump into my project and show you exactly what I've actually got as a result from that. So as you can see, it says here, it's an AI podcasting tool to grow your podcast, and they'll generate things like show notes, blog posts, transcripts, and a lot of other things, which I'll show you down here as well. So as I've just mentioned, show notes and transcripts, but they also allow you to do audio processing and then the social media content, things like social media posts, articles, and so on. Now, you can obviously go to the website and read this for yourself. I will leave a link in the description of this video. So you can start for free, and I'm on a free plan right now, and that allows you to have one upload per month and get your full episode transcription and use the enhanced audio and filler word removal, which is quite interesting. You can get some titles, a description written for you, quotes, time-stamped show notes, blog posts. If you're gonna need to use it for more episodes, it starts at $15 US per month, and that gives you 4 uploads per month and all the other things that I've just mentioned, plus customer services. They also have a usage-based upload, like a one-off type of thing, for $7.99 per month, which is pretty good. It gives you that flexibility to add more in case you want to do those single episodes as well. So here we are inside my account on the projects page, and you can go ahead and basically hit create a new project. If you want to upload a project and just fill in the information, it asks you some basic information here, and then you will just need to choose the file that you want to upload. I'm not going to go through that process here because I have already got a project uploaded. So what I'll do is just jump over to my default projects here. Now you can go here to upload a new recording, as well as see any other recordings or episodes that you've already got uploaded on the system. Now, as you can see, I have one file here, and this is episode 72 of my Future Steps Creative Podcast. If you want to hear what that sounds like, you can go to my website, marlonmcpherson.com/podcast, and just listen to episode 72. Now, I uploaded this already edited because that makes sense to me. If I'm going to use a tool like this, what I would be using it for is for the repurposing. So you want to make sure you upload it already edited. Well, that's what I did anyway. So I'm just going to view that episode by clicking on that view button there. And as you can see, I've basically filled out some information. This is what I would have had to do at the start. If there were any guests, then I would fill that in. As you can see, it's blank. I'm the host. I've got my name there. And I've got the, normally I do a short link to the episode number. I haven't got that set up at this time, but let's just say podcast. That is the link to the actual playlist with all my episodes as a running playlist. And here you could put in your social media links, etc. Now the transcript is what we need to look at. So this is the result from the transcript or the transcription, and you can see it actually has timestamps in here, and it mentions speaker A and speaker B. Now I was a little confused by this because it asked me if there were any guests, and I did say there was none, right? I left that blank. So I'm not sure why it's doing speaker A, speaker B, and we can edit the speaker labels here. Like for example, I know that's me. So I could just add that here. And now it says my name there, but it also has speaker B. So I'll probably have to change that as well. And we can easily do that by just selecting my name there. So that's how that works. I didn't actually set that part of it up before. You could also switch off the labels for the speakers if you don't want to have that showing. As it's just me, I probably wouldn't want to have that showing. Now here you can go through and edit your transcript. So for example, Grammarly is suggesting that I need to have a comma here. Let's just put the comma in. You can see that I can just tap that in there, and you can go ahead and export your transcript as an SRT file for like closed captions for videos, or you can download it as a Word document, so docx, or you could just copy to clipboard and paste it in any note app or word processing app that you prefer, like a Google Doc or something like that. Okay, so I think it did a great job with the transcript, apart from the fact that it has multiple speakers. But there's also this issue here actually, where there's a big block of what I think should be split into multiple paragraphs. It's just got everything like jumbled together here. So you might want to come in here and do a bit of cleanup to kind of space this out a little bit. So yeah, it's okay. It's done an okay job. Now, one of the things that I was curious about most of all is the repurposing of the transcript into all these other pieces of content that it promises. So we have these tabs up here, such as the title and description, episode notes, social content, and a blog post as well. I'm not going to touch the enhanced tab per se, but let's go to the title and description and see what it's done here. Now, I mentioned Jab, 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 a Right Hook, which is a book by Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's taken that and written a description here. It says, in this podcast episode, Marlon discusses the importance of having an automated lead conversion system on a website to convert visitors into customers. He suggests using Gary V's or Gary Vaynerchuk's Jab, 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 Right Hook principle and crafting a strong and valuable offer tailored to the needs of potential customers. Marlon explains the components of an effective lead conversion system, such as a lead magnet. Now, I think this is pretty good. I don't like the title it's given me, and I don't like the fact that it's only given me one title. But as a starting point, this here, I can take the description and probably pull something from that and rewrite the title. Now, I would probably just write my title anyway. As you've seen, I've written my title as 4 essential parts to creating an effective lead conversion system. And I think that's pretty effective, but I think this is pretty weak. So, you know, the description is pretty good. I probably would tweak it a little bit, but if you're starting from nothing, this is a great starting point, no doubt, right? Now, I would prefer if it gave me the option to have maybe a couple more versions of the description, or give me an opportunity to regenerate the description and the title. I cannot see that. I've used other AI tools that allows me to do this. I can't see it anywhere here. Maybe I'm missing it, but I could copy this out ideally and then regenerate and see what else it could come up with. That's what I would prefer to have. But that's great. It's given me a decent description, and it's a thumbs up from that point of view. Let's look at the episode notes. So regarding the episode notes, it's pulled in the description. It's given me an outline here, and I think that it could have more timestamps in here. I covered 4 points, so at least I should have 4 things in here that points out each individual point. So I don't think that's good enough. It has the episode links, so any links that I mentioned, obviously I told it that my episode number, my short link would normally be the episode number, so it's pulled that into here, which is great. If I had my social media links filled out, it would fill that in. But this is not really like a proper show notes put together. Normally you want to have more of an overview. Either way, it should pull out more information from that transcript. You could see the transcript here is quite a lot of information. Yeah, so I feel like the show notes is a letdown in my opinion. But again, you have a starting point here. If you want to pull these timestamps out, drop that into your actual show notes that you're going to write. And let's jump into the social media content, which is one thing that I would really find useful if it's any good. So now it's pulled out what it calls quotes. And a quote normally is a short sentence, right? But straight away I can see it's giving me a whole block of text here that doesn't equate to a quote that you would use on social media, in my opinion. You want at most a couple of sentences, short ones, I would say, especially if you're going to design that into a graphic of some sort, like an image. You want to have it nice and short. This is just like repeating some lines that I've said. I would definitely not use this as is. This is not usable whatsoever. I would want to pull things out and put that in a separate document if I identify something in here that could be used as a quote. It's given me some hashtags: entrepreneurship, business, startup, podcast. Yeah, cool. That's fine. Now let's look at the blog post. So again, it's given me a title as the same as what it thinks the episode title should be. And it reads, are you looking for an effective way to convert website visitors into paying customers? If so, you need to create an automated lead conversion funnel. This system will capture leads and nurture them into becoming customers. Okay. I'm not going to read through it fully, but I suppose this could be a decent post. What I would not do is just copy and paste this directly onto my website and call it a day. I would copy this out into a Google Doc and I would read through it and rewrite some sections of it. It's a starting point. Some people will just grab it and use it like it is, but Google knows AI content, and of course it's taking this from my words that I used in the podcast, but at the same time I want to inject my personality into it to make it more personable. But this is a good starting point. And in this enhanced section here, I'll look at that probably in another video, but it's these repurposed pieces of content that I was mainly interested in and wanted to show. So yeah, I would say if you don't have any starting point, if you're staring at a blank screen, this is a great way to actually get something on a page and start working on creating something even better. So I think this is a thumbs up for the most part. There are some things that still need to be in the oven and to, bake a bit more. But for now, I think this could be usable. Whether or not I would use it for my client work, if I'm going to help someone with creating their podcast or creating their content from their podcast, I don't know. I would still rewrite a lot of it. So there you have it. That was my take on Podflow. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. If you find the content helpful, obviously leave a like. It helps other people to discover the content as well, this video in particular. And you can go ahead and check out one of my other videos or other content on screen right now. And I'll speak to you in the next one.